Record ko lang po. So, what's up guys? It's your basketball geek CJ Larin. So, we have here today Kuya Nico Rocha from the Shoot First. So, kung kilala nyo naman siya, nanonood kayo na Shoot First. So, Kuya, kasi gustong marami nagko-comment and gusto nilang malaman kung kasi ah si Kuya Javi po na interview po namin last 3 weeks ago po. So,
Oo, si Javi.
iniisa-isa po namin yung shoot first na mga nandoon sa podcast and inaalam po namin yung stories nila. So, Kuya,
Okay, solid bro.
Kuya, can you tell us the story of how did your love for basketball begin po?
Actually bata pa ako, I always loved basketball. Nagsimula yun sa NBA, Lakers. I remember yung mga Shaq, Kobe years, especially nung first time nila together until magka-three-peat. It all started there, nagsimula sa Lakers, pero I wouldn't say I was a Laker fan. I would say I'm a Kobe fan. Tapos, yun, so nagsimula talaga sa NBA. And during that time, yung mga Enrico Villanueva days, with Ateneo, yun yung reason why bakit ako naging goal ko na makapag-aral sa Ateneo dahil lang kina Enrico Villanueva. Yun yung main reason na yun yung puro basketball nagre-revolve yung buhay ko in terms of why I made that decision to attend Ateneo. Tapos, alam mo yung We Believe Warriors, di ba? Isa pa yun, like it made my love for basketball even stronger, the We Believe Warriors. And then, even though I was never a player, never ako naging varsity player on any level, I always appreciated the sport. I tried to understand it as best as I could kasi feel ko doon ako makabawi. I thought nga parang magiging coach ako one day, pero that's beside the point. Like, di ko naman talaga na pursue yun. But I just really loved the statistic side of basketball, the stories, and doon siya nag-start. Ang regret ko lang nung time na yun was that when I was young, dapat pinilit ko yung parents ko all the more na ipa-train ako. 'Di ba usually para maging varsity player to do trainings and everything. So kinulang ako doon kaya feel ko yung hindi ako nakapag-pursue ng varsity basketball. But that's fine. I mean, I'm fine with where I am right now. Pero doon yun yung simula ko talaga. Nagsimula talaga sa Kobe years to Ateneo Blue Eagles na Enrico Villanueva.
So, Kuya, for you, who are your top 5 greatest Filipino basketball players?
5 greatest Filipino basketball
Hot take,
players.
Kuya, hot.
Hirap niya na. Kasi hindi ko na... Sino ba? In terms of accolades, syempre, Mon Fernandez. You gotta put Mon Fernandez there. JMF. Napanood ko. Hirap nito, bro. Sobrang hirap. Johnny, I'm gonna consider Justin Brownlee as he's naturalized Filipino. He has brought so
Opo, opo.
much honor to our country, especially in kakatapos na ng OQT. Justin Brownlee at the two guard. Controversial to. Putik. Wait lang, may make sure ko lang na-cover ko all bases. Actually, hindi ko na sasabihin two guard. Dalawa na lang guards. Feel ko
Sure, Kuya, sure,
Si
Kuya.
Kiefer Ravena na lang. Si Kiefer Ravena na lang. Kasi si
Yeah.
Kiefer, one of the pioneers ng pag-move ng mga Pilipino sa Japan. I mean, not Japan. I mean, sa abroad na they can aim higher. Sila ni Third yun. Actually, nauna nga si Third eh. Pero may edge si Kiefer considering na, yun nga, si Kiefer, 1 year ahead lang siya sa akin. Pero napanood ko yan all throughout my years sa Ateneo High School. Napa-champion niya yung Ateneo High School a lot of times. Nag-champion sa collegiate level. Aguilas mainstay, even though he had a lot of criticism. I feel like collateral damage sa mga criticism sa Gilas, but Kiefer's game has evolved from becoming a two guard to becoming a point guard. Tapos now he's with the Yokohama Corsairs, which is a top Division 1 B1 B League team in Japan. Speaks a lot about his progress as a player. He has achieved a lot of things. If nagstay yan sa PBA, I feel like could have gotten a few MVPs. Especially sa mga Junmar years na injure siya, he could have gotten an MVP. And yeah, yun yung hot take ko. Hindi naman sa gusto ko magka-hot take, pero feel ko talaga Kiefer sa guard na dapat one of the best Filipino players of all time. As of right now, kasi pwede pa yung mag-change. Bata pa sina Dwight Ramos, bata pa sina Kai Soto, bata pa sina Carl Tamayo, bata pa sina Kevin Kiambao. That is just here. That only applies to July 10, 2024. That can change 4 or 5 years from now.
So, Kuya, syempre, you are now in fact one of the well-known analyst in basketball. How did you develop this skill of kind of skill or talent po na sa inyo po?
Ano ba? Di ba sabi ko sa'yo na parang I've always been fascinated to like learning the storylines, the statistics sa NBA. Doon nag-start off yun. Kasi parang basketball, parang yan yung drama natin mga lalaki, di ba? Like, gusto natin yung storylines, gusto natin yung drama, gusto natin yung mga chismis from behind the scenes of what's happening. And through that, it made me want to understand the game more para makasabay ako sa conversation. Like, okay, hindi ako player, pero I know this, I know that. Alam ko yung ganyan. I know how this team plays. So, for me, enjoy ko lang talaga siya, bro, eh. Yun lang talaga yun. Ina-enjoy ko lang talaga basketball. It's not like pinipilit ko siya mag-aral, but it's an innate part of me na to check NBA, to check PBA stuff, to check UAP, storylines, everything during my free time. Ganun siya nangyayari. It's a part of my life that just happens naturally. And I feel like that's the reason why bakit ako naging, as you say, analyst. Yeah, like in a way, parang analyst nga ako with the way I make my content. Kasi doon ako bumabawi. Kasi hindi na mga player, but at least naisip ko na baka I can outwork you dun sa parang knowledge na how the game, constantly learning the game and watching and learning content from available online. Yun.
So kuya, growing up, did you ever realize that you would see basketball as part of your life? Because ngayon po, you might not be a player, syempre, sabi nyo nga po kanina, but all your connections, topics, guesting sa TVs, and sa YouTube, sa TikToks, are all about basketball po yan.
Di bro, like I never thought, parang nag-give up na ako dun nung nag-work ako. Kasi graduate ako 2016, work ako corporate, 7 years yun, kala ko yun na yung life ko. Pero, I don't know, the pandemic made me realize na parang life, or very cliche, but it's more of I don't want to live a life with regrets. At least naisip ko naman na kung hindi mag-workout tong basketball thing ko na pagiging anchor, pagiging commentator or analyst, dyan naman lagi yung corporate eh. Kaya nga may degree, di ba? Dapat may fallback ang gano'n. So sabi ko, sige, try ko na. And then nagkataon na, I mean, I won't say it's luck, pero luck played a part. Pero it nag-help rin yung pag-research ko, yung being knowledgeable of the game. That definitely helped me out with regards to where I am now. And I still do it to this day with regards to learning more about the sport, especially local leagues, Gilas, FIBA, inaaral ko yan. Not aral, hindi nga siya term aral eh. More of, gusto ko lang talaga siya panoodin, iniintindi ko siya. And now, WNBA, di ba? I will not say na matagal na akong WNBA fan. Ngayon lang naging interested dahil kay Caitlin Clark. Pero from there, mas naging interested na ako dahil kay Caitlin Clark. Hindi naman ako pretentious na sasabihin ko na tagal na ako WNBA fan. Pero new fan of WNBA, mas na-appreciate ko siya ngayon.
So, kuya, syempre, nakasama po kayo sa Shoot First. So, kuya, paano nyo po nakilala si Kuya Mikey, si Kuya Javi, si Kuya Darwish, yung mga yun po? Paano nyo po sila nakilala?
Good
podcast
question.
scene?
Yeah, good question. So, si Mikey kasi, in-invite ko siya sa podcast ko, yung 6-month podcast. So, in-invite ko dun si Mikey because gusto ko malaman siya naman yung i-interview. Kasi siya yung nag-interview, diba? We know him as the guy that interviews the player. So, siya naman. I believe I'm the first guy to interview him in that kind of setting na nag-track talaga sa buhay niya and to where he is now sa content creation, diba? So, from basketball to content creation, I think I was the first to do that. So, I think from there, nagka-friendship kami, nagka-relationship kami as friends ni Mikey. Sooner or later, lala na rin ako ni Javi because of content. Nagpo-post ako lagi eh. Tapos nagpo-promote ako sa Shoot First, diba? So, sila yung mga admin doon, sila yung mga moderator. So, they would see na, sino ba tong guy na to? Feel ko doon ako nakilala ni na Javi at ni na Juanito. Si Juanito, I think, nakilala niya ako dahil nagko-commentate ako for Pinoy League doon ako start. Tapos, yung one of the games of his younger brother, si Jaggy Gregorio, ako yung nag-call ang last game ni Jaggy. And I think when he was listening to the game, kasi in a way, yun na yung last collegiate game ni Jaggy and super close sila magkapatid. So I think doon ako nakilala ni Juanito. That's there. Tapos yung kay Darwish naman. 1 year lang gap namin ni Darwish eh. Kami yung pinakamalapit in terms of magka-batchmates. Kami ni Darwish. So we kind of knew of each other na pero dahil lang talaga dito sa content, sa Shoot First and nakikita kami sa mga Asia Basket. So si Darwish used to be part of Pilipinas Aguilas sa team in Asia Basket. So ako yung nagko-commentate for some games there. Tapos naabutan niya ako. So nakikita kami sa court. Kinakausap ko yung mga players eh. So I think from there, yun yung relationship ko with them. Tapos si kay Baileys pala. Kalaro niya sa yung one of his best friends. Close ko because of NBA 2K. So, I think yung ka-close friend niya na yun, mini-mention sa kanya na, oh, si Nico, ganyan, gumagawa rin ng basketball content. And then from there, I think just through word of mouth, he knew about me. Tapos nagkakilala. Tapos from there, may parang mga lalaki na just because narinig yun na parang feel nyo may friends na rin kayo. Madali na may pagkaibigan mga lalaki, di ba? So, ayun. Ganun ko sila na-meet in my own separate way. Kaya nakilala nila ako in one way or another but two different means.
So kuya,
Yun.
kasi ako kuya, I'm going first year college pa lang po. And diehard basketball fan ako. And yung course ko po na kinuha because of diehard basketball fan ako is Bachelor in Physical Education.
Okay. Bachelor of Physical.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Kasi ganito yung nangyari kuya kasi my parents wanted me to parang ganito sa business and then
Oo.
syempre ako naman sinusunod ko yung passion ko. So,
Okay.
pero what's your best advice kuya for me para magpatuloy doon sa tinatahak?
Kung passion mo naman talaga yan, I mean, ituloy-tuloy mo lang yan. Always have a plan on what you want to do after college. Like, ano ba yung paano ka kikita? Ano yung magiging main source of income mo? As long as committed ka dyan, go. Ako kasi I started as sa management information systems. Kasi ako gusto ko muna kumita ng pera. Like, sa start, ganoon parang pumasok sa utak ko na kailangan ko ng pera kasi magastos akong tao. So, yun yung naging motivation ko, which proved to be temporary kasi diba, napakwit rin ako after 7 years. Pero kung yun talaga passion mo, I think just have a plan of action when you graduate, do well, para pagdating dun sa pag-look for your first job, magiging attractive ka to employers. Or I don't know, what do you want? What do you want? Ba maging coach? Gusto mo? Ano ba end goal mo? Ano bang, as of right now? I mean, first year ka, diba? Bata ka pa eh. Usually, malalaman mo yan sa third year, fourth year eh. Pero ngayon, as a first
Ngayon
year,
po
ano yung
kuya,
end?
I'm dreaming of becoming a coach po someday.
Coach,
Papalarin.
basketball
Yeah.
coach, I'm assuming.
Yes.
So, parang, I would suggest you apply to like, mag-assistant coach ka sa mga youth leagues, mag-apply ka sa parang try mo maging coach sa parang Milo Best, try mo maging coach sa mga ganon. Di ba mag-offer ka, magbigay ka ng resume na, oh, I wanna be a coach, ganyan. Tapos dun, get some, as I call it, street cred. Doon ako na reps to becoming a coach. Kasi lalagay mo sa resume mo eh. Bakit? Paano ka tatagabin nilang coach kung wala ka namang experience, di ba? Like, rare lang makakita ng ganon. So, kailangan mo pakita sa kanila na, uy, nagano to nag-coach to sa Milo Besta, ay, nag-coach to sa Ateneo Basketball School So, ganun. Yun yung naisip ko na build your credentials na makokontrol mo.
So, kuya, last question po, kuya. Ano po yung maipapayo nyo po sa mga gusto maging katulad nyo na content creator, na sports anchors, sports analyst and podcaster na rin po? Ano po yung best advice?
Ito unpopular opinion to, pero have a main source of income kasi hindi to hindi naman sustainable na siya. Pero have a plan of action on how you want to get to where you are now. Like, isipin mo na, okay, should I work here muna para maka-earn ako ng ganito to sustain yung ganitong life? Kasi pwede naman magsabay itong sports content creation with work eh. Pwede mo simulan at the start eh. Ngayon, I'm kind of blessed na marami ng opportunities na in a way na ko-cover na ng kita ko yung ngayon sa sports media, yung what I earn back with corporate. So, suggestion ko talaga, have a stable income, tapos slowly mag-branch out ka. Tapos, kasi hindi ka pwede mag-jump in agad eh. Dapat makita mo muna bago may result. Magkakakita ka muna ng what do you call, na concrete something na, okay, kaya nito isustain yung lifestyle ko, di ba? So, it's more of be realistic first. Try to integrate it to your life. Tapos, kung nakita mo na, okay, kumikita na ako dito na doon sa gusto ko, then tsaka ka lang mag-jump in full time. Kasi took a while. Imagine mo, 7 years ako nagtrabaho, tsaka lang ako di ba? Kasi nag-ipon talaga ako. In a way, I kind of procrastinated. I thought na hindi ako bagay sa field na to. May mga doubts ako. Pero I suggest to don't let your doubts cloud your mind. Kung gusto mo gawin mo lang. But yeah, yun lang pretty much. Like, kung ako, but no regrets sa mga sa journey ko. I feel like yung na-learn ko sa corporate, nadala ko now sa content creation, sa pagiging commentator, sa pagiging podcast host. But it's just live life na walang fear, no regrets. And then, I feel like magiging maayos yung where you wanna be sa future. With regards to kung ano man gusto may pursue sa buhay mo.
So, that's all po, kuya. Thank you po for the, sa short time. Thank you for accepting our invitation, kuya.
Oh, brother, salamat. 20, bilis rin eh, no? Mabilis lang siya, pero medyo, I didn't expect na 9 o'clock na pala, considering we started mga 8:40. Masaya siya.
Kuya, Kasi may tawag dito, may co-host po ako na wala po ngayon dito. So,
Si
ah,
CJ, no? Yung
si
nag-mention
Seth.
sa...
Hindi po,
Si
ako
Seth
po yun.
pala. Pangalan mo pala to. Okay, si
Opo,
Seth pala. Yeah. Okay.
si Seth. So, kuya, if okay lang sa inyo, kung mag-suggest siya ng second part 2 ng interview na may konting kwentuhan,
Sige.
for sure, available po
Sabihin
kayo.
niyo lang ako kailan. Sabihin niyo lang ako kailan.
Sige po,
Kasi
kuya.
may oras na mo eh.
Sige po, kuya. Thank you po, kuya. Thank you so much po.
Thanks, brother. Thanks, CJ. Salamat. Sabihin mo na lang ako kailan part 2.
Sige po, kuya. Thank you po.
Alright, bro.